Hi folks, welcome to EDU 390, Secondary Methods of Teaching. And we have a very robust class this semester, 33 students I believe. And so I want to give you a little bit of a tour of the Blackboard site. You'll see here in front of you it says announcements. This is where I'm going to place this orientation video when I finish it. And this is the landing page for Blackboard. So when you get to go to the site, you're going to go here automatically. And I use this page to post important information, news items, and so forth and so on. Off to the left is the toolbar, and the next link is about this course site, and this just gives you some information about what to find and what things are used for. This is important. Please make sure you're using Firefox. Blackboard does not work well with Safari and Internet Explorer. It sometimes works with Chrome, but there have been some issues. So if you don't have Firefox, download it. And there's a place here for the link. I'll show you that in a second. I'm going to skip down to instructor information. This is me, and this is the information for contact. My office phone number and my cell number, my office location. I know that many of you are not within driving distance of Augusta, and that's fine. I'm more than happy to talk with you on the phone or by email. If you wanted to do a Skype or a video chat, I'm happy to do that as well. If you leave a message, my voicemail system sends it to my email, so I get it very quickly. And I'm very good about answering emails, and I'm very good about answering voicemails, unless, of course, I'm away. We do have a February break coming up in the middle of this course, so I may not be available as often as I am other times during that break. I'm going to look here at the syllabus. I sent this out to all of you earlier just so you could, I know many of you were anxious to begin your reading, so I wanted to make sure you had it. Here it is again. I want to go over it though to make sure that we're on the right page, same page here. This course has a lot of prerequisites, and I've waived a lot of those prerequisites for some of you. And so it's going to be incumbent on you to get yourself up to speed if you have any qualms about some of the prereqs, okay? Expectations, this is a rigorous, compressed course. So it means that you're going to have to really put yourself into the course for the next 7 and 8 weeks. We don't meet in person, of course. This is an online course, but I've designated Wednesday as the day for the class work to be assigned. So this course meets on Wednesdays, which means that by 9 o'clock on Wednesday morning, everything that you need for the week is posted. It'll be posted earlier, but check back on Wednesday mornings because I may have added something or changed something. I reserve that right to change things up until 9 o'clock on Wednesdays. And then all assigned work for that week is due the following Tuesday at midnight. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Assigned on Wednesday, due the following Tuesday by midnight. Again, this is a compressed course. Make sure you're allowing enough time to do the work. There's a lot of work for this course, okay? Expectations for discussion forums. Discussion forums are not optional in this course. You're expected to take part in all of them. There are 7 discussion forums, and you will want to be accessing those discussion forums earlier in the week rather than later in the week. Here are my expectations for discussion forums. I'd like you to read this carefully. There is a rubric that I use for this, and I will post that rubric as well. So again, make sure that you're engaging in the discussion forums, that you're posting at timely intervals. The idea is to have a discussion among your class, your peers. Having said that, be brief without having it too truncated. So posts could be within a range of 75 to 150 words. Anything less than that, you're really not engaging in the discussion. And many posts will be a lot longer because in some of the discussion forums, I'm asking you to share some of the work you're doing and then give some peer feedback on that. So those will be much longer than just a question. And I'm going to let you read the rest of this on your own. If you have questions about any of that, please let me know. As you know already, this is a general secondary methods course, and so there are several content area being covered here. We have English, social studies, science, math, and art. Okay. Each of you should have a text that is specific to your discipline. Here's a list of standards and resources that we'll use throughout the semester. Here are some resources that you can use as you like. The major project for this course is to construct a unit of study, and I provided some links here that give you sample units that you may access for ideas. You may not copy something from one of these, but you may find some idea that you want to expand upon, or a tool that you might want to use. So for this course, the assignments are discussion forums, weekly discussion forums, reading journals. I have created a journal for each one of you on Blackboard. I expect weekly entries. This can be about will be about your reading, but it can also be about any other material for that week's work. So it's your journal. They are public, which means that your peers can read them. I do this because I think it's good for us to share our thinking and our learning, and to offer each other comments. You will participate in a field observation. I sent that information out to you earlier. It's up to you to contact the school to obtain permission and schedule your observation. You must have on file with me a copy of the UMA risk and release form that I sent to you, and a copy of your CHRC criminal check. Do not schedule your observation until I have those in my office. Again, the major assignment is creating a comprehensive unit plan that will be taught over a period of time. Components of the plan will be assigned throughout the course, and you'll submit those to me for feedback. Your unit should cover at least 1 week of teaching time, okay? And schools differ in their class periods, so you need to decide, what kind of a schedule you're going to follow. If you are thinking about creating a more comprehensive unit and you want this to be, one section of that larger unit, you may, but do be careful, because you're going to have to create, a summative assessment. You're going to have front-loading activities, and so I would caution you about that. I would not recommend that you create semester-long unit plans. I would recommend that you think about a unit of study for 1 week. It may be part of a larger one, but the 1 week unit study should be able to stand by itself as well. You will create a teaching demonstration of a lesson from your unit. This will be not more than 30 minutes in length. You can create the video using the platform of your choice. I've given you some possibilities, and we'll look at those at some point. So in this teaching demonstration, you want to think about being concise as well as comprehensive. So it's not, I don't want you to just, put your camera on yourself and just explain what you're doing, but take us through, a general overview of your unit, and then take us through a concentrated piece of that. And we'll talk more about that as the semester goes on. And then you'll have a final self-assessment that's worth 10% as well. The grading scale is listed here. Academic integrity, if you're uncertain, you're not a UMA matriculated student and you're unsure of the student academic integrity code, please read it. If you need accommodations, please let me know, or actually you should contact the Learning Support Services office. And learning outcomes are aligned with the main teaching standards, and I've given them to you here. There are 3 under the learner and the learning, 2 under content knowledge, 3 under instructional practice. And here's the basic outline for the course. Again, this is just a thumbnail sketch. It's much more fleshed out. I've also provided you here with the rubric that I'll use to score your final unit of study, and it is proficiency based, as you can see. All right, so do take some time with the syllabus if you haven't already. The most important link here is the course content. Here is where you will find each module. Now you'll notice that modules 2 through 7 are missing. That's because I only open up one module at a time for you. And so once you start working through module 1, I will open up module 2 for the following week. The reason I have module 8 opened up is because it shows the links for where to submit your work, and I'll take you through that in a moment. So you'll access module 1, which is the first one. And you can see here that I've given you instructions of what you're supposed to do this week. It walks you through all the things you have to do. You're going to introduce yourself in the discussion forum. You're going to complete the content area text assignment, which right here is the reading assignment. You're going to watch the introductory video, which is right here. You're going to complete an online workshop on standards. This is right here. This website will take you to a workshop, and you need to work your way through it. I'll just click on it to show you what I mean. Okay, so there is explanation, demonstration, exploration, and implementation. So make sure that you go through each piece and work your way through this. Understanding standard is a very important part of this course. You will be held to creating your lesson plan that is aligned to standards. And here are the standards for learning and teaching, and I've given you links to each one for your content area. Remember that the Common Core State standards are for English and math, but there's also a section for literacy in the content area, so this will be pertinent to all of you, no matter your content, all right? Next generation science standards will be for the science people, even though the state has not yet passed that into law. Most schools are aligning the curricula with that. Others will access the main learning results. So you are to read these standards associated with your discipline and the CCSS for literacy. And then your first discussion has 3 parts, and you'll read through that and complete each one of those in one post, not 3 separate posts, please. And then, again, you'll have a reading journal. This is linked. Everything is linked, so when you click on this, it'll take you to where you need to go. So you can see here, each of you now has a reading journal that you can complete. Okay, let me go back. So that's it for week 1. And then discussions are here. They're all linked within the course folders, but you can see here's where you're going to introduce yourself. Here's a forum for asking questions, for making comments, or for sharing resources. Here is your first discussion forum. Here's the second one. That class is not opened up yet, but this one is, and this is for week 2 as well. Okay. The others are not available to you yet, so we won't worry about those for the moment. And then, again, your reading journals, you can access them a couple of different ways. Again, linked from the course content or linked from over here. Here's some more technical and Blackboard support where you can download Firefox if you need it. And learning resources is just a link to the library if you need that. Okay. I'm going to go back to course content for a moment and just take a quick look at the last module. This course ends on March 28th, but we give another week because of the break to give you time to work on your unit of study. And this is where you're going to submit all your final work. This is where you find the self-assessment, final self-assessment, where you submit your field observation narrative, submit your teaching demo, submit your unit of study, your final assessment, and where you're going to share your work with those, with your peers. And for those of you at UMA going on to student teaching, some information about PLT and about student teaching. And I'll go over this with you in more depth as throughout the class. But that's a brief thumbnail sketch of how to navigate the Blackboard course and where to find things and where to find me and how to contact me. So if you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'm looking forward to working with you. It's going to be a fast and furious 8 weeks, and I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you online and reading your work and sharing things with you and having you share things with me. And I always learn a tremendous amount from my students, and I look forward to learning from you this semester. So with that, have a great day.